Hello, everyone. Welcome to David's Kitchen, where we are making up something really good today. We've got a possibility of making 8 meals for $6. Turkey veggie tetrazzini. Pretty amazing. What we're going to do is take a look at some of the ingredients. This particular product is available at Trader Joe's. I got this for 6 cans for $6.98. I was really shocked, and that shocked me because you don't normally don't see it. But I would say turkey breast in the can would go about $2. This was about $1.30. Again, we're going to use the Alfredo sauce that I picked up in bulk. I got these for $1 a piece for out of sale at Safeway about a year ago. So you can stock up on that stuff. I picked up this non-GMO. See if we can see that. Non-GMO right there. Angel hair pasta from Barilla for another $1. So we're at $4 right there. And then I put about $2 worth of vegetables together. 50-cent green pepper. I managed to get these for 66 cents. I got 3 for $1. So for $1.10, roughly $2 for the vegetables. Onions are generally only about 20 cents. Celery stick and carrots. And a little garlic that I pulled out of my garden. So I'm going to basically use that as well. All right. I'm done with that big jar of garlic, so I'm going to go ahead and cook with a real garlic the way you guys have asked me to do. Which camera seems out of focus? I've got a couple cameras here. I think everything's okay. We're doing pretty well. Yeah, so whenever I want to show you the porta camera, I'm going to show you that, which is kind of nice. It's a portable camera I picked up, part of the surveillance system we have here, that I'll be able to give you a close-up view of the cooking today. Yes, fake garlic, David Burns with real garlic. Fake garlic. Well, that was real garlic. It just was crushed. I had it in a bottle and I finally used it. Yeah, I have numerous cameras all the way around the home where I live, and they upload to the cloud. So everything that goes on here is seen in perpetuity. We started building a surveillance system back when the death threat started getting real, and we've been adding to it ever since. No, I don't. I normally wear a jacket, and this is just the shirt I wear underneath the jacket. So I usually put a tie on. All right, so we're going to start with our usual procedure here. We're using a low light setup. Always make sure your hands are clean. And of course, your paper towel is always good to have. I'm going to go ahead and take the onion and just bisect it really simple by taking a little chop, the edge of your big knife, and drop it right in there like that. See? And then just pound it down like that. And then what I do is I cut a little edge right in the corner, a little wedge where the base is. And then that kind of grabs the skin, it just peels right off. And any skin that's leathery, you don't want, okay? I'm gonna put the big pan on the front burner over here. Can't really see that there, but I'm gonna put that on back here on level 3 to get started. Kind of warm it up, and I'll cut the other half of the onion. Yeah, I always start with onions. It's really the best way to get going. But of course, the other vegetables are going to need to cook too, so you're going to want to dice the carrots and the celery pretty small. Let me peel the carrot so I can do all my cutting at once. That way it's more efficient. Always compost. You don't want to throw your food waste in the drain or in the garbage because it goes back in the garden. And it's fantastic for building up your soil. I've got a big compost heap that I have to empty every year. And I empty it in the soil, and I start cutting it up in the soil, chopping it with the shovel. That's a great way to aerate it and work it right into the soil. So my compost bin is actually pretty thick right now. Yeah, I'm going to kind of slice these in a kind of a straight sideways direction, so they're kind of like wedges, just for texture purposes. See that? Doesn't really matter. It's kind of a personal thing. And I'm gonna slice them fairly thin. I normally wouldn't put carrots in a turkey tetrazzini, but because it's a veggie mix, and I'm gonna saute mushrooms with it, I decided to go with the carrots as a base. And it's really good for your eyes. Carrots are really good for your eyes. They are, not it. Okay, always keeping your fingers down like this, away from the blade. Nice 1/4 to 1/8 inch cuts. And with the onion, the same thing. All right, I'm going to have to get that phone because these people know that I always have to stop my show to do that. Yeah, I'm right in the middle of a show. Sorry, yeah. All right. Now, one of those hands touched the phone. I didn't touch the vegetable with it, so there was no cross-contamination of the phone with the vegetables. I'm going to close this window because it's in time. I have a really nice view of the Olympic Mountains out my front window. It's really it's kind of an enjoyable thing to have one kind of a view in your home, you know. All right. Okay. So we got everything all laid out here. I'm going to cut the mushrooms and the yellow squash a little bit later. I'm going to take that level down up to level 6, throw some oil on the grill. Let me grab this. Let me see what I can do with this. Hang on. Grab the window camera. Okay, so we're looking at the grill here. Throw some light on the subject. Whoa, there we go. Okay, this is about how much oil I want on the base of that. See that? All right. That great? Okay, I'm going to throw some onions on there. Throw some carrots on there. Push it all around. Cool. Wasn't that fun? Yeah, loving the camera movement. Everybody wants a mobile camera. I thought, why not use the surveillance camera, you know? Do your neck exercise. Yes, I am going to add milk to it, as a matter of fact. Thank you. I basically, once I get the vegetables glazed, cooked down a little bit, I'll add, I'll add the mushrooms and then go with the butter. And then I'll glaze the mushrooms with a little butter and give it a good high flame. I'm going to cover this up right now and get started with the herbs. So what I'm going to do is use my trusted Italian seasoning, which I buy in bulk, and throw it on top of it. Take a wooden spatula if you can. Try not to cook with plastic. If you avoid it, better. Just give it a good spin, like that. And throw a splash of water in there. No more than about 2 tablespoons. 1 tablespoon's fine. Hi, Sarah. So I'm using the surveillance camera as one of the mobile cameras for the cooking today. Yeah, it's working great. So, non-GMO water, right, exactly. Anyway, how was your day?
It was well.
Good. Well, we're going to be doing a little bit of cutting of vegetables now. Wash my hands, make them nice and clean. That's the problem I was talking about before. If you wonder what that sound is.
I'll just say, hi all.
Yeah, hey everybody. We're going to go ahead and cut the top off that pepper and then punch out the little center button. That's all edible. And go down the sides and don't touch the seeds, otherwise the seed bundle will come right out on you, and then Sarah will give you a problem because she doesn't like seeds. And I don't either. Oh, you're avoiding peppers. 1 green pepper, maybe. No tomato sauce. No tomato sauce in this dish. I know. Well, we're going to get some more cherry tomatoes when we find them again. We bought a bunch of cherry tomatoes that were past due, and they were right on the edge of going. We got them like $1 a container, and it kind of worked out great because who doesn't love garden tasting tomatoes? Yes, dihydrogen monoxide, water. Okay, David's been alleged in this chat room. Well, we're going to have to get screenshots sent to us. Yeah. Oh, I see. Was that an IM message that you got? Or was that in the chat room? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. iBlog, you guys. Sorry. I've been not a good person. I'm reloading. Hang on. I had a problem with my browser. Technology is always problematic. Okay. We're up and running, iVloggers. Sorry we were down. I can see you now. Turkey veggie tetrazinni. Yes. All right. Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and cut up all the remaining big vegetables, like the squash and the green pepper, and get those ready to go. Now these squash, I'm going to go ahead and dissect them like that, really easy. And then I'm just going to go like this. Right up to the very head of it. Putting that right there. And I'm going to scoop all this in the pan now that it's nice and hot and everything's getting glazed. The carrots have had a chance to pre-cook. The green pepper I'm going to cut again this way into 1/4 inch chunks. About 1/4 inch is all you need to do. Now I haven't put any garlic in this dish yet. I'm going to put that in toward the end of the cooking cycle because otherwise garlic can kind of overcook. It doesn't really serve a good purpose when it's overcooked. Okay, we're all set to mix this up a little bit. Beautiful. I washed my stove down, so it's absolutely really clean. I love the glass. I love glass cooktops. They're really, really wonderful. All right, and when you get that in there, throw it all in there. Stir the carrots and everything around it. And put some more Italian seasoning on top. And let's get a little bit more water. A couple more tablespoons of water. And keep it on a level high 6 prime. What we're going to do is steam fry this. And this is a plan that I've been doing on every show. It's a way of pushing all of the items together and zizzer. You're going to have to be kicked out here, dude. That's just inappropriate behavior. Yeah. All right. Shelly. Obama Louis Farrakhan. I think I've seen that photo. Bombshell. Photo emerges of Obama smiling with the black nationalist hate group leader, Louis Farrakhan. Okay. The photo. I'm looking at the photo. And I'm wondering where Obama is smiling. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check that later. Thank you, Fat Vinny. I know. That's what I do. I steam fry. It's a concept I came up with a long time ago. And it's really cooking fast. Right now, it's like hard cooking. But you got to make sure it doesn't burn. But you can definitely, get it to the point where it's caramelized, which is really where your taste comes in. I'm going to pull out some Parmesan cheese. I got this mega container at Costco. I'll be using that today. Okay, let's get those mushrooms ready. I'm not going to use a whole bin. I picked up the big bin. I'm only going to use about maybe 7 of these mushrooms. Anything that looks like it's getting a little bit old. There we go. Give them a rinse. Let me take my let me do my special cam here. There we go. Rinsing them under the fresh water. Whoops. And they all drop. Whoops. All right. All right. Yeah, you want to make sure you rinse everything off so it's not, too dirty when you touch it. Plus, it has water on it, which will help cook it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and slice these up. Sometimes when the bottom gets really dark, you want to cut that off. But then, unless it's all dark, don't worry about it. Okay, these I slice in half and just start going like this. Big chunks are okay. little end piece off. It looks kind of weird. Okay. Now, with the butter, I'm going to go ahead and move all of the vegetables I just put in there in the pan. And I'm going to push them aside and put a pat of butter in the middle. I'm not going to do it quite yet. I'm just getting the butter ready. Because right now I'm going to grab a couple of garlic and throw them in with the butter. So with the garlic, you just press down on it like this to kind of crack the shell. And then it peels right off like this. Okay. These garlic are ready to go to seed. I'm actually planting them. I'm out planting them every other day. Okay, just a nice tight little dice. Put it on the edge of your knife with your butter and go right in the pan with that. Right in the middle of the pan. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Moving this around, right in the middle of the pan. Take the action camera. Right in there like that. And then take the mushrooms and go right in the middle of the pan like that. Okay? And cover it right up. All right, good. All right, that worked. Yeah. Yeah, looks like some name calling that went on. No sexual harassment. I think what's going on is it's like a war of words now because Rex talked to me last night and he said nothing went on, David. Nothing. This is a gangland attack on him because he doesn't want to join their little group. That's what he said. And frankly, I'm a little tired of the drama, so I'm going to move on. I'll get to it later tonight. We don't take any information about that person who's been stalking me, so don't ever mention him again in the iBlog room. You know, the person who by the name of Patrick.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't take any information about him. That's a kickable offense.
Yeah.
You're just perpetuating the stalking behavior of various people when you keep mentioning them. We have a lot of problems in this country, and believe me, these little peons are not the problem. Trump is having a crappy week. It's kind of funny. Now it's been confirmed Trump ordered Mueller to be fired last June, but the White House staff threatened to quit. I heard about that. Yeah. Well, that's what I said, that there's a pact among all four, Rex Tillerson, Mnuchin, as well as John Lewis, and and obviously General Mattis is required. We need to keep him because he's been doing great in Syria and Iraq. So, okay, now everything's kind of boiling and moving along. That butter's right down at the bottom. I'm going to kind of push those. I'm going to push the mushrooms into the center of the core. Bring all the other vegetables up over the mushrooms. Let me get the other camera, hang on. Take all the vegetables around the side and go to the top, kind of pushing the mushrooms toward the center. You'll notice that everything's almost done. Cover it up. Okay. And then open your container of turkey. We're going to crack open this container of turkey here. Okay, in this particular instance, I'm going to keep all the juice that came with it, and that's going in the container. So you're going to see me drop the whole container of turkey in on top of the dish right now, with the juice in it. Okay. Now, if you'd like to make a couple more garlic, you can. This is a good time to add a few more garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and crush a few more. There it is. And as you can see, these garlic are just starting to sprout, but they can still be eaten. As long as they're not rotten. All right. Lots of things going on here, I'll tell you. Love it. I love the smell of garlic in food, but no one really likes the smell of garlic on their hands. So what I do, and this is a known fact, works great, is take like a spoon or a knife and rub it under water, and it will literally take the if I run this under water, it takes the garlic smell right off your fingers. There's something about the steel and its interaction with the garlic that gets rid of the smell. It's a known fact this works. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just mince these garlic down into a nice small category. There we go. All right, take your Parmesan cheese. Cover the entire dish with like a layer of Parmesan right now. There'll be water at the base. About 2 tablespoons of Parmesan. Take the garlic and put that right on top of the Parmesan and the turkey. Press it all down into the vegetables gently. There we go. Kind of crushing up the turkey with your spatula, and then pour the Alfredo sauce on top. So let's go ahead and go there. Whoops. Let's go live again. Okay, and just holding that right over there, you just pour the Alfredo sauce right on top. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, turn everything down to level low. Cover it up. And fill up a container with water. I'm going to go ahead and use filtered water in this particular instance, right out of the reverse osmosis filter we have here. This is one step away from dumpster diving, sir. We pay cash for this, okay? Don't characterize this as dumpster diving. This is economizing and frugality to the max. Okay, you want a container about this size, and you can fill it half up with water. And we're going to go ahead and put that on the stove on level 6 back here. I'm going to power up that water real fast so we can get the tetrazzini going. I'm going to be using angel hair today, so it cooks really fast once that water's hot. So everything will be good.
Yeah, I like that. Frugal feasting.
Frugal feasting. Yeah. I'm going to add a little milk to the Alfredo container. So just about a splash like that, right there. See? And that's going to get all the remaining amount of Alfredo out of there. You can always go ahead and add Parmesan to taste throughout the meal.
Or at the end.
Or at the end. You can also add butter if you feel that it's not oily enough. Now that turkey I use is pretty low fat, so it's turkey breast. If you use sausage, you won't have to use much oil because sausage has natural oil in it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and shake this up and pour this on top of the sauce. And I'm going to leave it open. I'm going to take it up to level 3 and cook it open because I think everything can kind of like meld at this point. So it's kind of got a really nice texture the sauce does. And the turkey will just kind of gradually, it's already pre-cooked. You don't have to cook this turkey. And everything's just melding right now. You can add pepper, you can add anything. It might be good. I personally think Italian seasoning works great with this meal. Basil is really good. Yeah. I've seen people use tarragon with the tetrazzini. Tarragon is a weird flavor, and I don't recommend it. It's just one of those, it's kind of a, anyway. So, we're all set. I poked my food with a stick, yes. Well, I have tarragon, but it's real old herbs from way back. We've got these tarragon herbs from 1968, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, yeah. Alfredo. Might be good thyme. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. I think I'll throw a little thyme in there on the top.
Turkey, yeah.
Yeah. I would even consider a little sage too. But I don't, that makes it more like Thanksgiving. Okay, just a touch of thyme. You don't want to put too much in, otherwise you'll start time traveling. And pretty soon you'll be in another era, in a parallel universe. Oh yeah, here, I'll help you. Sarah, I'll show you how Sarah works the compost. We're gonna bring it out here and look at it. Yay!
Just that simple.
This Tupperware works great for composting because it seals all those smells down.
Seal it.
I see these compost
once
bins.
It's full, you just dump it.
Yeah.
Cover it with a little dirt. And get some red wriggler worms, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Red wrigglers are awesome. They can eat their whole body weight in one day.
Oh, they can. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, we got this camera. This is an IPVO camera. I got it to work right, by the way.
How did you get it to work right?
Well, when you open it up in presenter software, the automatic focus has a lock, and you can lock it down in the presenter software. And then when you go to the camera on our other thing, you drop out of the presenter because it only allows one camera per software. Oh. So you drop out of the presenter, but it keeps that lock on the camera. There must be some sort of a intelligent response system in the camera that does that, but it doesn't go through autofocus. Hey, look at the kitchen. Isn't that nice? This is a capsicum anum medusa I'm growing, which is a medicinal plant, believe it or not. It's made out of red peppers. You can still see a couple little red peppers on there. Very good for preventing skin cancer or anything. It's capsicum. They make it for arthritis too. For people with pain that are suffering from arthritis, they use capsicum, which is kind of like a hot pepper. It's kind of interesting. All right. Yeah, sleep, take a break. Sounds like you need a nice relaxing, good, take an hour. I've got it. Spices are like a time capsule. I'm looking at my spice rack here, and there's the laptop I'm doing the show on. But you can see I've got different eras here. This is a new container, but these are old containers from the 60s. And these are from the 70s, these are from the 60s. That's right. The ones down here are the 60s, these are the 70s. But yeah, everything has an interesting flavor. I've added there's new cilantro in there, but the fennel seed is from 1967 because we never used it. Yeah, fennel seed from 1967. Okay. We're going to see if we can get a boil going on that burner at the top of the hour. We want to get this stuff, everything done. So I can interact with chat right now. We can talk about what's going on. Yeah, I actually put the tablet. I'll show you how I set this up. I put it on an old cooler, an ice cooler, so it's at eye level. And the camera is pretty nice, I must say. It's a presentation camera. It has 3,000 pixel capability. I'm not even using half of that capability. I think ovens are great. They warm up the room. The glass top cookware is fantastic because it's easy to clean. If you have something on it, just wipe it right up. No muss, no fuss. They're making induction ovens or induction ranges now. Yeah, the camera is cool. If you want to find that camera, it's available at ipevo.com. IPEVO, right in the chat room. Yeah, we saw it at a convention. It worked great. Really crystal clear for documents. If you got to do document transfers, it's one of the best I've seen. For $100, not bad. And the remote camera is really nice. We picked up a new surveillance system this Christmas. Sarah picked up an amazing wireless surveillance system with multiple cameras. This is just one of the many cameras we have. The others are around the house and, looking at various angles, but that's a cool added feature we just picked up for Christmas. I was blown away. It was a wonderful gift. I needed some layer of defense against people attacking us. And I'm not worried about anyone attacking us, but, it's always nice to have an extra camera to see what's happening stored in the cloud so that anybody who comes here, we see their license number, we see any activity. It's all stored permanently in the cloud. Okay, it's all ready to go. Is that a pillow on your stove? No, that's a Visionware. My water's almost done. This is a really nice glass top I put here. And this is an amazing mix. I'm going to just go ahead and kind of saute it a little bit. Let's take a look at that. Just kind of make sure it's not touching the bottom. I have it at level 3 and it's cooking with an open boil now. Very nice. Got a good quality to it. It'll blend perfectly with the spaghetti. Fantastic. Fantastic, Mr. Trump. I could eat in front of you, but I'm doing the show, and as you know, I don't really have time. Sarah gives me 20, 30 minutes at a time to do the trivia, and it works out great. So I don't really have time I can come in with a bowl of it and sit and eat it in front of you if you'd like. That would work. Okay, Shelly, good night. You got to get to work at 4:45 in the morning. You got to wake up. Okay, hit the hay. Thanks for coming in, Shelly, at iBlog. That's a very good idea. I'm going to start looking for one. Yeah, I'll look for a trivia. There's a bookstore in town that actually is still in business. I'm going to go check it out. They actually have a bookstore. You can believe it. In my town. You'd think all the bookstores in America have been shut down. No American politics or history. An almanac was what you really need. just a general almanac. That's a lot more interesting, I think. I know last night was a bit much. I heard her reading it. It was like, God, no one really wants to hear all this stuff, but you know, she was just going through it really quick. Yep. All right. So one of the things you want to do is make sure you don't use an old sponge or an old washcloth when cooking. And I try to put a new washcloth out every other day. Paper towels are the always going to end up in the paper bin, but at least they have some recyclability, I suppose. Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to make it. It's going to be good. Yeah, I think I'm going to get my bowl out. My trusted Corelware from the 1970s. We use this for our big meals. I have an even bigger Visionware that I use, but it's that's for something really big. You know, like a big chili I can't control or something. Sometimes when I make chili and red sauce, it just takes up too much space, so I have to use the bigger bowl. Okay. Almost there. Making sure everything's nice and clean in here. Yeah, when you have a bowl from 1975, you got to keep it, clean. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to help to create a back and forth thing. Yeah. Don't start name calling anybody, Rex. Let's just leave this be and let's not stir it up, okay? Because if you run into the stirring up thing where you're calling people names, it's going to end up in, it'll be like Donald Trump and Kim Jong Un. Okay, we're almost to the boiling point. Going the measure. About ready to throw the angel hair in the hot water. This is really cooking in real time. Yeah, just don't name call. Well, I don't know. All I can tell you is you guys are ganging up on him, and there's a reason for that, and I don't like it. Okay. I need about 8 minutes for the angel hair to cook. No, that was the sound of my floor. Yeah. Sometimes the Pergo will kind of make a noise. I don't know. I've never been to a poop deck, so I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's an expression from the ancient mariners used to go on the deck to poop, so and then the seawater would wash it off. I'm just making that up. I have no idea. Okay, we got a roaring boil, everyone. Yay! Okay, let's drop it on there. Okay, as with all spaghetti, you want to hold the box over the top like that. Grab it, pull it out, and break it in half right into the water. And then drop each half in the water, rotating and stirring. That's the way to properly load your spaghetti into your water. I found a little pea from the other night. And that's something you could add instead of green pepper. If you don't have any green pepper, you can use frozen peas to add some greenery to your veggie. Turkey tetrazzini can be made with peas. So, interesting idea. Frozen peas are outstanding. Look at the steam emanating from all that heat is going to warm up the house. I'm not running the fan. I cleaned the fan today, but I'm not running it because then the fan would suck the heat out. All right. Kind of a cool effect with the light under there, isn't it? Okay, give it a stir. Angel hair is the best spaghetti to cook because it really cooks fast. I actually get angel hair cut in half, pre-cut in half when I travel on trips because I like it better than ramen, and it cooks as fast as ramen. And you know, I don't know if I've told you, but I make dinners on the highway when we stop at motels. I'm able to use a hot plate and make a meal. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Okay, got my colander ready. Bowl is all set to go. Tetrazzini is one of those things that you really want to make it taste really good, and that's why I keep extra butter around. And I'm going to mix the butter in instead of olive oil into the spaghetti because it gives it a really good taste. And I have to eat up some butter because my sister left it to, you know, when she visits on occasion and she leaves things in her refrigerators. I have 2 refrigerators, so I'll just put a pat of butter in there when I mix it in. Not the whole thing, just for flavoring. But Julia Childs made a statement that I'd like to quote, that God made a little piece of heaven on earth and he called it butter. Isn't that great? Anyway, she's dead now. Okay, we're almost ready here. This is almost done. Look at that. I'm going to turn the water off. All the burners are going off. Everything's done pretty much. Talk about perfect timing. Hey, welcome. Yeah, well, Rex doesn't admit to having done anything. He thinks it's a willful attempt to attack him because he didn't join their group. Yeah, that's his story, you know. Anyway, we never really saw the initial IM that the person said he was making. We never saw proof of those. Okay, we're pretty much done there. I think that angel hair got done in way faster time. Wow. I'm just going to make sure it's done by covering it just a little bit longer. Got my Parmesan ready. Put the mushrooms back. And we're almost ready. Well, this is a meal that I'm going to really enjoy, I'll tell you. And at least 8 people could eat this. You could make smaller servings and make 10 people eat this. Force them to eat this in little cups. No, I'm kidding. It looks delicious, yeah. And it's got all the right spices. I went with Rinaldi, Francisco Rinaldi, 4-cheese Alfredo, but they make other ones like this one. This is a popular one too. Ragu, light Parmesan Alfredo. It has 50% less fat. All right, let's pop that out and put it in the colander. Run a little water down the drain so it doesn't burn my drain. Ta-da! I'm going to take the butter that I have on the stove here. Take that pat of butter and put it in with the spaghetti and rotate the spaghetti around it. Gonna mix it around the spaghetti, that butter. That way you're glazing all the spaghetti with a buttery taste. Really kind of a nice way to do it. And then add your sauce. Okay. Yoo-hoo. That is not, that was just a little too tight together. I'll eat that separately. Okay, and pour the sauce right on top. Ta-da! Getting every last morsel off the bottom. Fantastic. Oh, it smells great. Okay, and then gently poke into it. And let everything just meld on its own. You can go to the bottom and give it a little stir, but you don't have to stir it too much. Fantastic. Beautiful. Fantastic, Mr. Trump. Kwame Jackson was fantastic. That was one of the lines from one of his shows that he did with Celebrity Apprentice, Mark Burdett production. Okay, Parmesan on the top, and when you serve, you can pepper to taste. Cover it right up, and you're good to go. All right, thank you everybody for coming into the show and participating in this wonderful meal. This has been a David John Sponheim production. Thank you for participating in this wonderful experience with a live interactive video camera. And I'm signing off, so we'll be putting this on the internet later tonight for my David John Sponheim site. Take care. Good night.